Yay! Hello! Okay, sorry.
Hello.
Hi,
Live.
everyone!
Okay, let me share the link.
Oh, goodness. Okay, go for it. All right, so we are live, everyone. Welcome to our Playful Thread Talk. I'm sorry, we're having a few tech issues at the beginning, and I feel like me and Ashley are going to be a little bit of a mess at the beginning of this interview. But thank you so much for coming. For those of you who are live, if you managed to get in because the link changed at the last minute, I'm sorry about that. But if you've managed to come in, then please feel free to comment and ask questions on the chat. I'm here to read them and to post them on our conversation and talk about them. For those of you who are new to our Thread Talks, this is where we get to know our guest designers that come join on Plyful. Sometimes we hang out, but we usually have it every month, and it is so much fun to get to know new designers and our wonderfully talented crochet people that join on Plyful. And today is one of the very exciting ones because I have Ashley Rivas from Tiny Couch Crochet who is here to talk about her life, her process, her book, her design, and I am just so excited. So Ashley, welcome. How are you today?
Hello, hi everybody. Good, how
Hello.
are you?
Good. I need to apologize again for that was a complete mess, and we are starting way late. But thank you so much for coming on time and for being part of Playful.
Thank you so much for inviting me. This has been so fun.
Yeah, well, I hope this conversation doesn't kill you today, but let's see if we can get through it. So for people who might be discovering you for the first time, how would you describe yourself outside of crochet?
Outside of crochet, I that's kind of hard.
I know.
I I think I'm a creative person. I'm also a mathematical person. I enjoy spending time with family. I have a husband and a 5-year-old, and I like nature and hikes and things like that. And I can be a bit of an introvert, but I do like spending time with people. I just need my recovery time, I think. I
Yeah,
think that's about it.
I like that. Tell us more about this whole mathematical person. I think I saw somewhere that you have a very maths geared degree.
I have a civil engineering degree and
Okay.
a structural engineering background, so I still do that part time actually. So yeah, I design buildings here in California for vertical and lateral earthquake loads. I don't. It's hard
Wow.
to describe if you're not, but it's not that different. Like my spreadsheets for doing that and designing a sweater don't look that different.
I love that. I think it's so cool when you get to find out people's backgrounds. Like I studied psychology and taught English for like 10 years,
Woo!
and yet now, this is my life, and
Yes.
it's so cool that
Hmm.
we're so different and yet we end up doing similar things.
Hmm.
Now, random question. What is a small
Hmm.
everyday thing that brings you unreasonable amounts of joy?
Coffee. I know that's kind of niche, but I mean not niche. That's stereotypical, I would say. But I do love my. It's so nice in the morning to have something warm. Anything warm that I can
Yes.
drink. I don't know, soup.
Yeah.
That brings me-
I mean, soup in a mug. I feel like that's like the perfect, blend
yes.
of two worlds. Yeah, that's so funny. Me and my husband went on a little bit of a detox a little while ago, and so
Mm-hmm.
I stopped drinking coffee for like 3 days, and then he's like, "Well,
Hmm.
now that you're like back off the detox, like, do you not want to just like stop drinking coffee since you already like, are not used to the caffeine anymore?" And I was like,
Hmm.
"No, I have no desire to stop drinking
Yes.
coffee."
I did the same. I quit drinking coffee when we went through some infertility struggles, and then like I had my son, and I was like, my husband said the same thing. He's like, now that you're not used to drinking coffee, do you want to like? I was like, no, make me used to
Yeah.
it. Like, no. Back.
Exactly. I still know. It's like I have like very few habits and like bad habits in my life.
Yeah,
Like I'm okay with this one.
yeah. If that's my one bad habit, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I think you're good.
Mhm.
And what about when are you most active? Are you a morning person or are you more of a night owl?
I am a night owl for sure.
Really? Okay.
Yes. I could stay up forever and then not get enough sleep and struggle in the morning.
Oh
Um,
my god.
I
And how
want to be a morning person. I have tried to be a morning person and I'm just not.
so so how does that show in your creative life? Like, do you stay up crocheting and designing, or is it more of like a placid staying up late and not going to bed?
No, I will stay up late crocheting. I shouldn't, but I do.
I
And
love
yeah, I'll
it.
come up with a new idea and be like, oh no, now I have to try it. And it's, 1
Yeah.
in the morning.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. I love it. I wish I was like that. I am not a morning person, but I'm also not a night owl. I'm just like
No.
I'll find time. And how about hyperfixations? Is there something in your life that right now you're like super into, like a book or a TV show or random interest?
I'm in like this weird limbo where I'm not, and I usually am, and I'm kind of in between. I could use
Okay.
some book recommendations, I think. I go through phases with books. I've been really into like, not fantasy romance, but just fantasy books lately.
Okay.
So if
What kind of
anybody has
fantasy book?
any,
Any titles?
um, I I can't even. I should have prepared for this. I
Nice.
was reading Brandon Sanderson, and I think he's not. I'm going to offend a lot of people if I say he's not my favorite. I did really enjoy the books I read, but I think I needed somebody new. So if anybody has recommendations, let me know. I did start a book on Libby. Oh, what was it called? I might have to find it. It was really good, and then I ran out of time, and now I'm going to have to go buy it.
Oh
Libby is like
no. Yeah,
do you
yeah, yeah.
know, yeah, the library app.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I went over my time.
Did you know that
It's so
in
good.
Europe and the UK you cannot have Libby on your Kindle? In the US you can put it on your Kindle, but here I can't, so I have to read it on my phone or do audiobooks from Libby, which is very annoying.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. I do the audiobooks, so I didn't even realize that. Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, I don't
Very
know.
depressing.
I'm feeling very in between. We just finished Stranger Things too, and I typically like don't watch new TV shows. I watch the same 5 shows like over and over.
Really? Okay, we have to know, what are those top two or three that you watch over and over again?
Um, Parks and Rec,
Okay.
Schitt's Creek, Gilmore
Okay.
Girls.
Oh, I think we would be really good friends. I'm just gonna say that.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The Office, is that up there? Because it's
The
totally in my
Office.
top list. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, love it. I love it. Awesome. And this is a really fun question. That, by the way, I did not come up with the questions, and they're really good. So, in your life right now, if it had a chapter title, what would it be? Since you're a
Mhm.
book person, I think it's gonna work for you. That's a really hard
Yeah,
question.
that is. Um, I would say, um, that's so difficult. I've got, I feel like I just closed the chapter of writing the book. So I
Mm-hmm.
just finished writing a Tunisian crochet book. And so, like, I feel like my next chapter is kind of open. And I don't know if I've discovered that yet. I'm kind of like in discovery mode right
I
now.
like that. Yeah. Is this like a filler chapter where like nothing really happens, but you just like enjoy reading it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah. Character development
Or
and
maybe the
stuff.
beginning of a journey, because I feel
Yeah.
like maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, off to Mordor
Chapter
then.
2. Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure.
Nice. I like that. I think sometimes we just need that, a bit of a break in between big things.
Hmm.
And I want to talk about your book, but I think we're going to talk about it later because I want to show it off.
Yes,
Because, oh my God, that's a huge thing. Talk about a journey, right?
yes.
Okay, we're going to get to it.
You know
But
what? Maybe if we go back to like the fantasy novel, I'm at the end of that chapter where everybody's just like hanging out and relaxing.
yes, yes.
That's
So
where,
the epilogue, isn't it? It's like the
yes, I'm
aftermath.
in the epilogue, exactly. Yes.
I like it. I like it. So we're in a series, obviously, of books. I like it.
Mhm.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your crochet journey then. Like, how did crochet first enter your life?
Well, I learned how to crochet from my grandmother when I was like 7 or 8, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And so she taught me how to make like granny squares, and she used to watch me after school all the time. She was a hairdresser. I used to hang out in her, or she is a hairdresser. She's still alive, but she doesn't do hair anymore. She's retired.
Yeah.
But I just want to make that clear. I just saw her the other day. We still text each other for yarn color recommendations.
Really? Oh, that's so cute.
But I used to hang out in her like salon and crochet. And there was a bead shop next door. I used to make her go with me and like buy beads and make bracelets and stuff. And, but yeah, so I learned how to crochet as a child, and my grandma is a lot like me, so we got to be like creative together. I think it was really fun. And then I kind of put it down for a little bit, like high school and college. And then I already mentioned my husband and I were going through infertility. I picked it back up just to like have something to do with my hands. Like I just needed something to do, and picked it up again, and just, I don't know, I took off with it. I started making like, looking up all these patterns, and I didn't realize, because I'd put it down for so long, like how many independent designers there were out there, and like how easy it was to find patterns. I just was making things, and then started making stuff on my own, and got really excited about designing patterns, because I think there's always something like new and fresh to discover.
So how long ago was that when you retook crochet and kind of fell in love with it?
2019, I think. Okay. I was still crocheting like throughout that time, but not to the level, like 2019 I was crocheting every day.
I love it. I feel like there's that moment, isn't it, in your life when it's like, I mean, it's something I do from time to time, to like, I'm obsessed with it. Like,
Yes, exactly.
Fair enough. And was there a moment when you realized that it could be more than a hobby? Like, what was that moment?
I think the first time I made something without, like, I had an idea in mind that wasn't an existing pattern, and I tried it and it turned out. I think that was when I was like, ooh, this is something that I would like to pursue. So
I love that. That's really cool. And why Tiny Couch? I love your logo. I love your vibe. I think it's so cute, and I want to know.
I would show you the tiny couches right on the other side of this camera, but I've got a big light sitting on it right now. But when I got my first studio, I got like, it was so small. I had to have a tiny couch because it was all that would fit. And it's so small that I managed to like take it with me. It's in like just a regular bedroom right now in my studio. And so I've taken it with me through like everywhere that we've moved, and I sit on it sideways and crochet. It's my little crochet couch. So it's very literal. It's my
I love it. That is so cute. I love it. That's a great story. Now, let's talk about something deeper. What lesson has crochet taught you that you actually use in everyday life? I feel like I have so many, by the way, so please.
Yes, so many. I think one, that you kind of have to fail at things. Like, it's okay to fail at things and to keep trying. I also think if you know something isn't working, put it down, and like, you don't have to keep forcing something that's not working to work. Like, you'll end up frogging more later. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I can use it in everyday life too. Like, if I'm not happy somewhere, it's not working, like, I should find something that is going to work. So
Oh, I love it. I feel the same. I feel like I grew up believing what my limits were to like what I was good at, and like what I was not good at, I was just like, why would I try that if I'm not good at it? You know what I mean? And like just this whole like, oh, actually you can learn new things and you can try new things, and if you fail, it's okay. Like, you you just try again.
Also, I have another one. Some rules are meant to be broken.
Yes, I love it. You know what? I interviewed oh God, I forget her name. It's she lives in Montenegro. Oh God, Lena. A few years ago. She is such a creative designer, but she also didn't know how to crochet at all when she started designing. And she said, because I didn't know the rules, it was so easy to break them. And like, I talk, like, I have customers, they're like, I've been crocheting for 20 years and I just do not understand how this works. And it's like,
Yeah.
Because like you have set rules for how things should work. It's so much harder to
Mhm.
see things in a different way, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to chain two if you don't want to at the end of a row. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have to. Nobody's making you.
I love that. I say that so often in my customer emails. They're like, "Can I use a different yarn weight?" I'm like, "Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to. Like, sure, go
Yeah.
for it. It's not gonna be the same, but that's all right.
Right.
You can do whatever you want." That's funny. Now, talking about funny things about crochet, is there a myth about crochet that you would like people to understand?
Yes, very much. That crochet clothing does not have to be bulky. It's not always bulky. It can be bulky,
Mm-hmm.
but it also can be light and have drape. And that's my biggest, I think, gripe.
Absolutely. Have you ever had people comment on your garments on how they're not what they expected?
Yes, I have in a positive way. And I've also had people comment who haven't tried them and just say, "Oh, I don't like crochet clothing." And that's it. That's their only comment. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know why you needed to tell me, but
Yeah, it's so true
um,
because that this image, right, is like crochet is a granny square and that is it, like a stiff cardboard
yes.
box of
And
a
I love
garment.
granny squares. I think
Yes,
that, but like, there's more. There's also more. You know,
there's so much more.
like yeah.
I love it. And knowing your mind is this mathematical, thing, do you approach your designs in that way? Like, do you plan them carefully, or is it something that just kind of happens as you go?
No, so I think going back to like my career as an engineer, one thing that's always like been missing from that career is that I work with architects and I work with builders, but I don't get to design the design. I don't, that's the architect's job. I don't get to build the thing. That's the builder's
Okay.
job. I get to make it functionally work, but
Okay.
but but in this like career I get to do the design and do
Mm-hmm.
the engineering of grading the sweater and build it. I get to crochet it, and so I get to be more messy and I have fun with that. Like I
Yeah.
get to just try and start and do whatever I want and see what works, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
and then
So,
I do, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not entirely mathematical. I do like try to think of how things will play out for every size and make sure that
mm-hmm.
that's working when I'm ready, when I'm at that point and ready to grade. And
Yeah.
like, so I do like, there are parts where I think I have a mathematical approach, but in the beginning I just throw everything at the wall and like go for it.
Really? Oh, I'm jealous. I used to be like that, and I feel like now I can't approach it this. Like, I sometimes I just want to play, and I'm like, but I need to know
Mhm.
exactly what's gonna happen with this. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I find that frustrating now because I used to be much more open.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have you thought, especially thinking of your book, like you've been designing a lot in the last few years. Is there a
Mhm.
specific design that you can think of yours that you thought would be easy and then it absolutely wasn't?
Oh, so many, half of them. I think this one was I thought would be easy and was, but that's pretty rare. I think the cable sweater, that's another one where like I, made the swatch and I was ready to go and I was ready to grade, and then I realized there's a cable sweater in my book. I should back
Uh-huh.
up a little bit. And it has a lot of vertical texture. And I realized when I was grading it that I wanted the same vertical texture to show up in the middle, and I wanted a certain detail here for all sizes, right? Which means like you have to start the panel at a different spot for certain sizes, and like once you
Yeah.
get into it you realize, okay, this is going to be a lot of work and it's absolutely worth it, and I want it to feel like work on my end and not the maker's end. Like I don't want you
Mm-hmm.
to know how much work it was
Yeah.
while you're making it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But it
do.
was like, oh, okay, this is gonna take some time to do properly.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that took me like 2 months just to like get right and make sure
Yeah.
that it would work for all
Have there
sizes. So.
have there ever been times where you have an idea, you create the garment, you grade it for yourself, and then the moment that you go to grade it for other sizes, have you ever given up? I have. Like, I literally have garments that I was sitting in my drawer that it will never become a pattern because I was just like, well,
Yeah,
that's not. I'm not gonna do that.
I there are a couple. I'm staring at them right now. They're right there.
Yeah, they're behind me.
I have a couple of designs that I've given up on, but not so much for that reason. And I want to revisit them, but I haven't yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think there have been designs I've given up like earlier in the process, like before I got to
Okay.
that point where I've made the sample and I realized this isn't going to work for everybody, so I'm just not going to do it. But I don't think now that you said that, I'm sure that will happen to me eventually.
No, I'm sure you can figure it out. I feel like that happened to me more at the beginning when I just didn't have the basics in my
Mhm.
head for how to make it work, you know, and like in my head I
Mhm.
think I just tried to overcomplicate it all.
Yeah.
But how does it feel when you feel stuck and then it finally comes out? Like, do you feel this like euphoria, or do you feel like I don't even know if this is right? Like, have I just totally messed it up? Like, what's going on in your
No,
head?
no, yeah, if I'm stuck on something, and like that minute it clicks, it feels so I know it works. Like as soon as I get that, like I've woken up in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m., like I know what to do.
It's true. It's true. I love it. That's so funny. And what do you think would inspires your work outside of fiber
Mhm,
arts? Like, is there something in
mhm.
specific that you draw inspiration from?
Yeah, I think so. I mean I work with buildings a lot, so I get inspired by architecture and um just like patterns I see different
Mm-hmm.
places, you know, like it could be like the siding of a building like coming down to concrete or something, and I'll be like, oh, like I have it's in my sketch. I haven't actually designed it yet, but I'm calling it the wainscoting sweater because of how, you know, like panels coming up to a certain point. Like I would
Okay.
love to make a sweater that's kind of based off of that. There's a
Okay.
knit designer. Oh, what's her name? I think she's Postcard Knits. She's designing things based off of like specific um, city design elements of San Francisco, which I
Okay.
think is so cool. So I wanted to shout
Yeah.
her out. But I think I also get inspired by nature, which might sound um, contradicting to being inspired by architecture, but I don't think so. I think it can all,
No. Yeah.
yeah,
I think it works because a
yeah,
lot of the times nature's full of like cool shapes as well, you know, like the
hmm,
waves or like leaf patterns and stuff like
yeah,
that. Like I think I find those almost geometrical shapes that you find in nature really really cool.
exactly. Yes, yeah.
Cool. And what colors would you say are like your colors at the moment that you feel like drawn to at the moment?
I cannot stop. Apparently, it's purple, which I didn't realize until I
You are wearing
saw it.
purple.
Yeah, I'm wearing purple. The sweater, this is a version of a purple, and then I have this yarn for my next design. This is from Happy Place by TL Yarn Crafts,
Yes,
the Happy
yes.
Place one, and it's like a red purple, like a maroon burgundy color. I just apparently am into purple right now.
Do you are you very conscious about the color choices that you make, or does it just happen kind of more naturally?
I think it happens naturally. With the book, I was more conscious because I wanted like a wide variety of colors.
Mm-hmm.
And so towards the end, I was like, oh, I haven't done anything in green. And then I wanted to make sure that I had a like wide representation of colors in the book. But now that
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with that, it's kind of weird to be like I can do whatever I
I know,
want.
I know. And how do you feel about neutrals? Is that something that calls your attention, or do you feel like you need color?
I do like neutrals. I think there's a place for them. I used to think I was a neutral person, and I had somebody comment one time and say, "I love your designs. They're so colorful." And I was like, "Are they?" And I kind of looked back, and I was like, "Oh, I think they are." And now I'm trying to embrace that more.
Yeah.
But I don't have any like. I'm not the kind of person that's like, "Oh, I will never use neutrals. I want everything to be colorful all the time." I think there's a place for everything. So.
Yeah, yeah. And now let's talk about the opposite, like a neon
Mhm.
pink or yellow. Is that something that you'd be interested in trying?
I don't know. Like somebody actually my friend Amanda, she's Ace Crochets, she made the cable sweater in a neon pink and it looks so good. And I never would have thought of that. That's another reason why I love tester groups because they do stuff that I just never would have thought of and I always love it.
Yeah.
And so after seeing that, maybe I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't like I haven't gravitated toward neon, but maybe that's like a new a new thing I should explore.
Yeah, yeah. I've given it a go in like small things, like a little hat or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
you just feel like have a bit of pop of color, but I still
Mm-hmm.
haven't been brave enough to do like,
To
okay,
do, yeah.
I have like a bright pink jumper, I
Yeah, I
want
would
to.
absolutely do it with socks.
Yes, yes, exactly. Fun
Yes.
socks are always fun, right?
Hmm.
And are there any projects that you've made more than once?
Yes, I made so I have a traditional crochet sweater called the Persephone sweater.
Mm-hmm.
I've made that one a couple times. My grandma has also made it a couple times because both of my sisters wanted it, and so she
Oh,
made
nice.
it.
Wow, you have
This
two
one right,
sisters. Sorry.
I do, yes.
Wow, that's so cool. I always
I
wanted
have
to.
two sisters and three sister-in-laws, so it's fun.
Oh my god.
Um, but this one I'm making right now in like a forest green. So
Okay.
yeah, I think I don't often make my things more than once unless I need to in the
Mm-hmm.
design process. But the Persephone pullover is really fun, and it only takes like 10 hours to make. It's really quick it depends on the size, obviously, but some
Yeah.
sizes it can be quick. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's hard, isn't it, to especially when you're a designer and you're like thinking of all these ideas to say, I'm gonna take
yes.
the time to do it again.
Yes, and it's like I have so many new things that my brain wants to do that it's hard to sit down and make something I've already made.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And how about for your kid? I know you have a kid. Do you tend to do things for him, her, him, right?
Him, yes. He's the reason why I'm making a green one of these is because I'm making him a mini version.
Okay.
Um that's also in green, so we'll have matching sweaters because
Oh, I love
he's
matching,
5
by the
and
way.
he's 5, and so my time to make us matching clothes is like I
Yeah.
think running out. I've got to do it like this year. He still loves hugs and matching, and that's probably,
Yeah.
he's not so much a toddler anymore. He's a boy, and so it's coming to an end. But I also have your confetti DK pullover pattern, the adult and the child version, and the only reason why I haven't made it yet is because I was working on the book, and so I'm looking for yarn right now to make that one for both of
Yeah.
us.
That's so funny.
And we just went to the store. He wants me to make him a blanket, so he picked out some colors for a blanket. So
Oh,
yeah, I
that's
do make him
nice.
some. He wants me to make him amigurumi, which I will do. I'm not the best at it.
I
So
know.
I've
Yeah.
made him a couple things, but
Oh, that's sweet.
yeah.
Do you ever find it hard to make things for other people, or do you find joy in it?
I used to find more joy in it before this was my job.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have a hard time because in my mind, it's kind of like taking a week off of work to make something for somebody else. And I wish it wasn't that way, but it kind of is. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have a much harder time now than I did before
Yeah.
this was my job. And I do really I will say, like, a lot of people say don't turn your hobbies into your career, and I say it depends. Like, I won't sell finished makes. That's a
Yeah.
boundary that I have. Like, I won't sell finished makes. I do make stuff and give them away, but I do really love the design process. So
Yeah.
I'm
I
glad that
think.
I turned that hobby into my job, but there are some,
Yeah. I think
some
that
things.
if you still find joy in it, then
Hmm.
it's still okay, right? Like if you're still happy
Yeah,
with it. But I
yeah.
totally know what you mean. I tend to have like a selfish project where it's just,
Mm.
and I know it's like even worse. It's like even more selfish because like all my work is like garments for me, and then in my free time I choose to make stuff for me. But it just feels like I need it. Is that horrible?
Yeah. So so okay, so this year I technically have a YouTube channel. There's nothing on it. I have several videos that are in the editing process, so there will be soon. But I am going to try to vlog some selfish makes this year so that I feel like I'm still putting something out there, but I can also make some things for me. I don't know if anybody will be interested, but we'll see how that works.
You'd be surprised. I feel like people are usually very interesting to know what others are making. And it is quite fun talking about it. It kind of gives you more, I don't know, like pleasure in a way to be like sharing it with other people and like kind of forces
Yeah.
you to actually do it. But
Yes.
yeah, for
Yeah.
me, my selfish make is usually socks. Like whenever I have
Mm.
something and like some time, I'll have a little like sock pattern or made up pattern that I take with me. It's a small thing that I can take everywhere where I go, and and at the end of the day, it's for me. And I know it's awful, but like I'm like, it's my free time, you know.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
about
I
you? What
mean,
do
I
you like
also
to
like
make?
I wear everything I make, so I do feel like it's all a little bit like for me.
Yes, yes,
but
but it's paying the
but
bills, so.
do you knit your socks or do you find crochet sock patterns?
I have not made crochet socks yet. I think I made like some at one point a long time ago, but just
Hmm.
for like house socks.
Hmm.
I have not given them a go. I've wanted to try doing it with extended single crochet because it's supposed to be
Hmm.
kind of like thinner and you can kind of get a bit more, I don't know, flexibility. But
Hmm.
socks is a hard one because like
This,
you want them to
yeah,
fit well and you want them
it
to be
is. Yeah,
comfortable and you
like
want them
enough
to be
stretch.
thin. Yeah,
Hmm.
otherwise your feet get all sweaty as well, and
Hmm.
then I don't know. I'm very picky about my socks.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm getting back. I can knit. I'm not very good at it, and I knit a hat the other day because I want to, mostly because I want to knit socks. So
It is. I think it's my favorite thing to knit. Oh gosh, I just got water on
Mhm.
me. It looks like I dribbled. It is my favorite thing to knit because, like I said, it's something small that you can take with you. And I
Mhm.
use the magic loop technique, so I knit them both at the same time. And then
Mm.
when you finish, you are done with them. And because knitting one sock, knitting the other one is impossible. I've never been able to do
Yeah,
it.
I have
So
several one-handed gloves.
yes, 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 exactly, exactly the same. Like I never want to do the other one. Or if I do, I'll
Mhm.
do them like 6 months later and my gauge is different and
Mhm.
then they don't fit well or something.
Mhm. Yeah. It's
It's
like your tension's
awful.
completely different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Cause like you just forgot like what hook you used or whatever. But yeah, to me
Yeah.
it's a sock knit. How about you? What's your selfish project? What do you like to do for yourself?
I just design patterns that I want to wear. I do have some selfish projects coming up. I want to make your confetti decayed pullover, and I want to make Detroit knit. Is it Detroit knot or Detroit knits? Natalie. Oh
Yeah,
shoot.
Natalie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Troy knots, isn't
Um,
she?
Detroit knot. Okay.
Yeah.
She had this tank top that was like split seam right here.
Mm,
And I
okay.
remember seeing it and thinking, "Oh, if she ever makes that a pullover pattern, I'm buying it." And she did. And so that's my like next. I really want
Okay.
to make that one. And I have no reason, like I'm not testing. I have no reason. I just really want to make that one. So
Yeah. Nice.
I've
I
got a
love it.
couple. I also think it's important as a designer to either test for other designers or to make other designers patterns, and like
Yeah.
you get kind of ideas for how to continue making your own pattern like the
Yeah.
best it can be, I think, and just
It
see what
helps.
other people are doing. So
Yeah, 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 for sure. Like sometimes I genuinely just go and buy people's patterns and just like study them and be like, oh, look, they're using
mhm.
this, even like the font that they're using, or how
Mhm.
they organize their patterns. It's like, oh, if it works for
Same,
them, like
yeah.
I can make it work, you know? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
research.
Yeah. I'm supporting
um,
the community.
yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
what would you say is the most satisfying part of designing a new pattern?
I think it's all I have the like I feel like every part is satisfying except for one part. like I love the initial design phase where I have ideas and I'm throwing them at the wall. I love the part where I like get to design specific details. I
Mm-hmm.
love
Yeah.
grading the pattern. I love making the sample. When I'm making the sample and like designing and everything, I write the pattern in like shorthand form as I'm going,
Okay.
and turning that into the actual pattern is my least favorite part. I,
Really? Okay.
so if I could sell just like my shorthand notes, I would, but I know nobody wants that.
That would be really funny if you're like, here, decipher it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a puzzle, isn't it? I love it. And so if there's one job that you would remove from your designing gig,
Hmm.
one
Hmm.
task, would it be the pattern writing then?
For sure, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That all right, fair enough. Now let me see. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about photography and posing for your patterns and stuff like that. Have you ever had an instance with something bad happened during one of your photography sessions or something funny happened?
Ooh, during my photography sessions. That's a good question. Well, it's not bad, but we hired a photographer for the patterns in the book,
Mm-hmm.
and there are a couple pictures that are up in the snow, and she lives like 40 minutes away from me, but in this like I live at the bottom of a huge mountain range, so
Okay.
there's no snow here, but I can drive to the snow.
Uh-huh.
And so I drove up to her house for those snow pictures, and she has several huge, lovely, so sweet dogs roaming around. And so one of her dogs kept wanting to jump up on the sweater. We're like, no. But he's in the book. He made it in the book. Let me see if I can find it. He made it in the book.
The dog.
It doesn't help that I love dogs, so I wasn't being like, I.
Oh yes. Oh, that's awesome. That's a bit frustrating though.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I have another one. Okay. Also with the dog, my dog. I was blocking the panel for the golden hour cardi, and it's made with 100% wool. Really lovely yarn, but 100% wool, we all know, is not the cheapest out there. So it has a really. I finished the back panel and blocked it, and I had set it outside in the shade to we have dry air here and my dog was I think 1 year old at the time, and I let them outside, and then I look and he is rolling in. Thankfully he wasn't hurt by any of the pins, but he was rolling, rubbing his back on the back panel because it's wool. He smelled the sheet.
Oh my god, that would drive me insane.
I had to reblock it, pull out hair. Thankfully, you can't tell, but it did look more all my stitches did look more consistent before. And I had just enough yarn. I didn't have any extra yarn. I wasn't able to remake the back panel. I thought about ordering more, but then you worry about yarn weight or yarn dye lots. And so I blocked it a second time and made sure. Now I'm traumatized by that. I always put everything up on a table or something where he can't reach. I don't let him outside. But yeah, I'm just glad he wasn't hurt because there were pins in it. But
really, one of my dog once ate a button from one of my jumpers, and it was right before a photo shoot. And it was a wooden one. It was huge, and it had all these flowers on it. So it's not like I could have replaced the button as well. And I was just so angry. All I found was just little wood chips all over the jumper. The bloody dog was fine either. I was like, are you at least gonna get sick or something till I pay for your sins?
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Completely fine. I was not happy. Now, talking about crochet a bit more, is there a crochet pet peeve that you have that you kind of a secret, not popular opinion that you hold about it?
Ooh, it's a good question. A crochet pet peeve. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm a rule breaker, so I don't know if I have. The one rule I don't like breaking is mixing materials. So I see people do
what do you
scrappy
mean?
projects, and they're using acrylic and wool and everything in one. I could never do that. That's not a rule I will break.
I like that. Fair enough. And okay, silly question. What's the most ridiculous number of times that you frogged a project?
Okay, I don't know. Countless. I don't know if that's it.
Are you a frogger? Are you if it doesn't work out, you're it needs to go away, or do you try to make it work?
I always say I've learned this lesson every I don't know. I learned this lesson over and over and over again. I will see something that I don't think is working out and try to force it and then end up frogging it anyway. And I'm like, I know by now I should have just frogged it. I should have
Yeah.
frogged it. I would have frogged 2 rows. Now I'm frogging the whole piece.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've gone to the point where I realize my gauge is off and I'm making now a different size than I was supposed to make. And instead of frogging, I will rewrite the bloody pattern. I will regrade it and just pretend like I always
I've
wanted to
done
make a
that.
size 3.
I've done that. I've done that.
Because there's absolutely no way I'm gonna remake this thing, and it's just like, oh, I just wanted it to be tight, you know.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to see how it would fit, like an overshirt.
Yeah.
It's awful. I'm glad I'm not alone on that one. Now, let me see. Dirty secrets. How many works and projects do you have at the moment? How many whips?
Okay. Same with the whole like I'm in between books, I'm in between shows, I'm in between projects to like a
No.
frustrating level because I have all this admin stuff I need to catch up on.
Oh.
I also do engineering too still, so I have a bunch of that I'm catching up on. So like I'm so anxious right now. Like I can feel the tension in my body because I'm not working on anything. It's not healthy for me.
I know. I was
Like,
gonna ask you, like, how do you manage yourself? Because, like, honestly, if I sit down and I don't have anything in my hands, I feel like, what am I supposed to
yes.
do right now?
That's why I took my son to buy yarn. I'm like, I'm making you a blanket because I need something to work on. And but I do have. I mean, I technically have whips if you count projects that I've like weren't working and I set down to pick up later. I've got
Yeah.
probably 5 of those.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. No, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're all at stages I can't just like pick it up and work on it. You know, like I need to figure stuff out. So
Yeah.
I've got a lot of tension in my body right now. I need to.
I love it. All right, another dirty secret. If yarn could talk, what do you think it would say about your stash?
I would wear earplugs because it would be those 5 projects that I put down, like screaming, "You promised me I'd be a sweater!" And I'm like, "I
Yeah.
will, you will, one day."
And do you have a lot of yarn? Are you one of those like people that take yarn collecting seriously, or are you the kind that
Okay,
buys only for a certain project?
I buy only for a certain project, but I didn't when I first got back into crochet. So I have a
Okay.
lot of yarn from back then, and I've switched from like when I first got back into crochet, I was making blankets and things, and now I'm mostly
Mm.
making garments, and so it's not the right like I'm particular about my yarn for garments, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But and also I for like 2 years now I've only been buying yarn with a project in mind, but it doesn't always work out, and so so I have kind of I feel like I have a yarn graveyard is what I have. Like I need to
Yeah, yeah.
I will use you all like eventually.
And does it ever happen to you that you always end up with like one skein or like one ball of yarn of like leftover
Mhm.
from a project, and then you're just like, what am I supposed to do with you? Like you just sit
It's
there for years.
yes, especially because like I like to play with I don't think I have a favorite like material to work with
Mm-hmm.
or a favorite yarn. Like I'm still like trying out like the labeled cable sweater. It's wool and silk. So like I have a bunch of these like odd combos and like I'm trying to once I get enough of something I will do like a scrappy project with it, but I also
But you need
I've just
enough of
got
the
weird.
same one.
I have all kinds of different yarn weights and materials, and like one of each. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, well we're getting close to the end now because it's quite late. I'm sorry about that. But I would like to know a little bit more about you. So tell me, if money weren't a factor and you had all the
Mhm.
time in the world during a day, how would you spend your perfect day?
Mm. I would sleep in. Get some coffee at a local coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
And probably hang out at a park with my son for a little bit, and then read and crochet all day. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. I did something like this with my family, and I think it was like, what three things would you have on your perfect day? And all of them were by myself. I was like, I'd read, I would crochet, and I would sleep in. I think that was my three things, and they were like, "What about us?" um, you wouldn't be there. Is that horrible?
No, it's just like I love you very, very much. But we don't get mothers don't get that often to do something like that, you know. So
It's true. It's true. It's like we're gonna have like levels of perfect day, you know. It's like,
yes, yeah.
I mean, are you like tidying up after yourself? Do you like freak out about your banana being cut up the wrong way, or like, you know, what kind of day are we having, isn't it?
Right.
So yeah, I get it. All right, so let's since you brought up the Fable cable, can you tell us a little bit more about the project that you made for Plyful? Tell us about the inspiration behind it. What are your favorite features?
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if this is cheating, but I was kind of inspired by two different projects I have already. So my cable sweater pullover in the book, and then another project I have that I actually put down to work on this one. So I haven't finished this yet, but I have a like I really wanted every design I have is something I want in my own closet, and I've been really wanting like knit short sleeve type like short sleeve sweaters or like more for layering, you know.
Uh-huh.
And so I have this like this is much more less ease. Doesn't have a lot
Yeah.
of ease. But
Oh,
it's like
that's
a
lovely.
ribbed with set in sleeves, and I was like, oh, I would love one that's got more ease to it. That you know, I'm like, oh, what if it's covered in cables? Like, I just wanted a lightweight sweater that's short sleeve and covered in cables. That's I wish I had more to the inspiration beyond that, but
I
that's what
think
I
it's
wanted.
great.
So
I
that's what
think
I
it's great.
made.
And I absolutely love that little blurb you put at the beginning of the pattern of how, you know, we believe people believe that cables are not a crochet thing. Because like if you
Yes.
see normal crochet cables, sometimes they're a bit like "Mwah," you know, like with like overlay stitches or front bow stitches or whatever. But
Yeah.
then you create that. It looks
Yeah.
amazing, you know?
No, thank you.
I love it.
Um, yeah, and I think my favorite feature is the shaping. The sleeves have a bit of a
Yes.
puff to them on the top, so they're a little bit. They have some feminine details, and then there's some shoulder shaping in the back. If you can see, I don't know
Yeah,
how
yeah,
clear
yeah,
the
yeah.
camera is.
Oh, I
So
absolutely love it. When you first showed me the picture, I was so happy with it because satin sleeves are hard to grade and hard to create in general. I have not tried them because I just cannot be asked with the endeavor of it all. I've tried many times, but I haven't actually done it. I've done like a faux satin sleeve, but like to do a
Mhm.
real satin sleeve, I know what goes into it. And the fact that you figured it out with cables and all of that and graded it, I'm like, oof, yeah, amazing. And then you have like that bit of shoulder shaping that just makes all the difference, and it looks so elegant. And yeah,
Thank
talk about
you.
fit. I think that shows your priorities, and that makes me so happy. And all your book. Okay, I'll bring it up here. So this is Ashley's book, Tunisian Crochet Tops, and it is full of, oh my god, amazing designs. I think this is my favorite. Um, I don't
That's
know
a
the name of
big.
it, but
It's the Starlight cardigan. Yeah.
the stitch pattern is so beautiful, and I think the shaping is great. But there's so many beautiful designs here, and what I love
You.
about it is that it's Tunisian crochet, and not many people are into it yet. But you know
Mhm.
the waves are changing. But
Mhm.
how do you feel about Tunisian compared to traditional crochet? Do you have a specific opinion, or how do you feel about them?
I I don't know. I have a lot of opinion. I think it's not so difficult to learn, especially if you are a crocheter already.
Mm-hmm.
There are like a couple tricks you need to know, and you can just be moving. Like you don't. It's not. I think it's intimidating for a lot of people because it they see all the loops on the hook and freak out. But it's really not that different, but it's different in a specific way that like my design brain loves. I don't know, it's just all I want to design and all I want to make for some reason right now. I also want to tell people who are intimidated to try it. I think a big a big like factor in people not trying it is this idea that you have to buy a whole new set of hooks.
Mm-hmm.
And you will eventually, but if you want to see if you enjoy Tunisian crochet at all, you can do swatches with just a regular hook with no handle, and you can practice on that and see if you like it before you invest in a whole new set of hooks. But
yeah.
I
Now,
also think,
please.
oh, go ahead.
No,
You
no,
go
no.
ahead.
Please tell me. What do you think?
I think when it comes to like making clothes, I get so many comments. I'll be wearing something with a lot of drape and I'll get comments saying, no, crochet doesn't have drape, or Tunisian crochet is thick, it doesn't have drape. And you're using traditional crochet rules for Tunisian crochet projects. Like, break those rules, like go up several hook sizes, learn how to seam for Tunisian crochet. And like, I don't know, there are different like tricks that I think once click in your brain, it just clicks and it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the very first time I tried it, like you said, you know, you're playing with the rules for a different craft, and I think for the longest time is the knitting rules, and I think knitting it works so different from crochet. Like you can't be like, oh well, the label says that it's a 4mm needle, I'm gonna use a 4mm hook. Like that's just not how crochet works, and especially Tunisian crochet. And the first time I tried it was many years ago, and yeah, I just thought this is so stiff, and you know, it kept curling up, and I just had absolutely no desire to try it. And I think it was last year when I was 2 years ago, 2024. I was in Betsy traveling around, and I just like I couldn't stop. And now, like, I feel a bit like you. Like, I feel almost forced to do traditional crochet because like my audience expects it, and like I don't want to like stop, but all I want to do is traditional crochet.
Yeah.
It's a bit stressful.
I put it down the first time I tried it too, because I was using the wrong hook size and I didn't realize, but also I was gripping onto the project for like dear life. Like I was holding onto it so hard that my hands hurt, and I was like, oh, I can't do this craft, my hands hurt. But I didn't realize I don't have to hold onto the project that tightly.
Yes,
you know? Like, loosen up your grip, practice with a loose grip. And
I think in general, crocheters tend to tighten so much their hands when they crochet, and maybe it comes from like starting to make like amigurumi, because that's how I started too. And you have to like really tighten your stitches, you know.
Yes,
and then
you do,
to go from that to create a garment that's supposed to have drape, people don't know how to just like loosen the stitches. You know? It's so funny. And once you get it, you're like, oh, look at that, you know. But yeah, I get it. So tell us a little bit more about the process of writing your book, Tunisian Crochet Tops. Like 14 patterns is a lot. Did you have a timeline?
I did, and I broke it twice. So shout out to the publisher for letting me extend the deadline 2 times.
I love it.
And part of it was my fault because I didn't have to write a cable pattern. I didn't have to write a raglan, but I have a hard time forcing myself to make a pattern I don't want to make, and that's what I wanted to make. So they let me extend the deadline. But there are actually 15 patterns I wrote for the book, and the 15th one didn't fit because of all the other information we had. So we gave that out as an incentive for pre-order. I will be able to sell it eventually, so you'll see a 15th one soon. But yeah, I was given a timeline. Tunisian crochet takes so much time. It doesn't take as much. I don't want to deter anybody from trying it. It takes a little bit longer than regular crochet, but not too much longer. But the design process for me took longer than I had planned because I wanted to get everything right. So it did take longer than I wanted, but I'm proud of the designs in there. They're what I wanted to make. So
good. I'm glad. Did you find it like stressful or intensive, or did you feel like this is something that I really want to do and I'm enjoying the stress? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I did find it stressful. I wish I could say I didn't. I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy that I did it, and I don't regret doing it. I think I'll take a long break before doing another one. And I'm very excited about this year where I don't have anything specific planned with anybody. I'm just gonna take a little bit of time to make whatever I want to make and put that out there.
Yeah. So we've heard that you're kind of like on your filler chapter, but is there anything
Mhm.
exciting coming up in the next few months, weeks this year? Like, have you got any festivals planned or anything like that?
I don't. I mean, again, I'm actually finally. I keep saying this, but I really am starting the YouTube channel, so I'm excited about that. I don't have any festivals planned, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to make it to Flock this year, which is in Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm in California, so we'll see how that works out. But and then there's the LA yarn. What do they call it? I think they call it the SoCal Yarn Festival in
Mm-hmm.
November. So I missed that 2 years in a row. I'm really gonna make it this year. I'm not far. I can make it this year. So,
Nice.
um, but I don't have any other. I don't have a lot planned. I've kind of, and that's kind of purposeful. I really wanted
Yeah.
to have a break from having plans. I think.
Absolutely. I totally get it. So if someone wanted to find your work, your patterns, where can they find them? Or your book as well?
Oh, you know what? I take that back about not having plans real quick. Next weekend, I will be at Old Orca Yarnery for a book signing. So if anybody here
Oh,
is in
okay.
California, especially if you're on the Central Coast, that's Old Orca Yarnery. So
Okay.
I will be there next Saturday, the 24th. But
That's
other than that, I'm sorry.
exciting.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so what was your question?
If someone wanted to find your work, your patterns, and your book, where can they find them?
Yes, I'm on. I have a website. It's tinycouchcrochet.com, and I'm also on Ravelry and Etsy. And my book is on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. If you want it at your local yarn shop, let them know. I know it's at a couple, but you'll have to let them know if you want it there. Um, and you can go to my website tinycouchcrochet.com, and it has a big like blurb with all the links you can purchase it from. I know I'll have to check in with my publisher because I know it was available in the US and Canada, and it should be available in Europe and in the UK and the rest of Europe really soon if it's not already. And then Australia will be a couple weeks. And the ebook version is available for everybody. So
Nice, excellent. Well, I'm gonna put some links down here on the YouTube description as well. So if anyone wants to find her book and the Fable Cable Tea, which is on plyful.com, and it's gonna be with us for a while. And we also have some videos, really great videos that you made for us to like help walk through the project ride, which is amazing. It's
yes.
such great help. And yeah, it was so nice talking to you, Ashley. Thank you
So
so
nice
much for
talking to you.
coming.
Thank you for inviting me. This has been really great.
It has been awesome, and I might edit this. I feel like it went really well. We just did wonderfully, so I might not edit this and then just leave it there. But but thank you so much for coming, and whoever got to watch it live, thank you for coming. If no one did, that's okay. It's my fault. So sorry. All right. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and
You too.
we'll talk soon. All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.